I need some room in here. It's so cramped. I always feel better when I start moving. So, today's form of therapy, emotional therapy, and physical therapy is jumping jacks. You'd be surprised how good it feels to do a jumping jack. And even if you can't do like a jumping jack, right? Maybe you haven't done a jumping jack in a while. You know, maybe you haven't worked out in a while. You've been too busy, too much going on, stress, no motivation, because, you know, COVID and everything else, busy. Well, if a jumping jack is a little too much for you right now, all you have to do is just do steps. One step at a time. Side, side, side. And that's like the beginning of a jumping jack. And it feels good. But if you can do a jumping jack, maybe you start there. A little bit of good music. Music's always good. Makes me feel like dancing. Side step and then start jumping. That would be a classic workout movement progression. Start slow and then progress to the next thing that you can do. And what's shocking to, I don't do jumping jacks, not usually. But I'm out of breath. Do you hear that? It's so nice to see you, Elizabeth. Hello, it's so nice to see you. Hi, everybody. Chuck, Elizabeth, Don. Who else? Chumps. Hey, Chumps. Hi, Brandon. It's so good to see you. I see you working out. I see some of your posts. I love it. You look good. Keep going. You motivate me when I see you doing good stuff and moving forward and staying focused. And yeah, it's motivating. It's motivating to see other people doing well, moving forward. You know, sometimes you ever don't have the energy, maybe the news got you down, stress, too much thinking in your head, so you lose motivation to do things, and then you see somebody that you know, and they're moving forward, and then they motivate you. So thank you for that. I see that with you. Elizabeth, showing off that Puerto Rican bread. So good. Oh, so good. Thank you. So, hey, Jeffrey. I hope you're doing well. Craig, it's so nice to see you. Dark Horse. My dark horse. Juan, it's great to see you. Antonio, Nome, all of you, thank you for taking the time to spend a little bit of it with me today, this Sunday, the last day of February. We're already March 1, spring's around the corner. I know that the weather has been intense for a lot of people. Really, really cold, some really hardships going on out there. I hope that wherever you are, you're warm and you're secure and the weather's being kind to you. And if you were in the midst of that Arctic blizzard situation in Texas and the surrounding states, that you're safe, that things are going back to normal for you. I pray, I think about all of you as I watch the news. My heart goes out to everybody dealing with all these different things that are happening simultaneously. So I hope you're doing well, all of you. It's been a hectic time for me. Not all wonderful, but it's not supposed to be all wonderful, right? Challenges build character, right? Isn't that what they say? Something like that. Something like that. So I got questions coming in. Thank you so much. I love you too, Nomi. Thank you for the love. Okay, Chuck's got a question, so I'm going to try to answer the question. What's your question? Story behind. Oh, what's the story behind my famous signature pose? That's a pretty good question. Thank you. Okay, so first let me see if I can still demonstrate my signature pose. I'll start with that. So for those of you who know my signature pose, you know I have like, room is a thing. So I'm gonna move some furniture around here because you know it's me, and there's the washer dryer. I'm in my little cubby hole at the garage, so I gotta move furniture around a lot. So my signature pose when I was competing in bodybuilding was this. I would raise my leg and my biceps, and I would hold it for the judges, and I would pose with my leg extended out, flexed. And I can still do it. Oh, that's a good thing. So, my signature pose. Years ago, when I was pre-contest and getting ready for one of the bigger competitions I was doing, I think it was the Miss International, the Arnold Sports Festival, I would get up in the middle of the night, and I was, you know, very close to competing. I was very lean. My body was coming in. But every single day, when you're getting ready for a competition like that, your body's changing little by little by little. And sometimes you can't really see the changes, and sometimes you wake up in the morning and you feel good and you look good, and then the next morning you don't feel good and you don't think you look good, and so there's like this mind thing going on. And one night, I think it was the middle of the night, I got up after I had a cheat meal, and I wanted to see what my legs look like, because the legs are obviously half your body. And I went downstairs into the bathroom, and the bathroom had a vanity that was above my waist. And I couldn't see my legs because I didn't have a full-length mirror, and I didn't want to wake anybody. So in order to see my legs, I would hold my leg up to see it. And that's the story of my signature pose. I got so good at bringing my leg up and holding it, flexing it. I got so good at bringing my leg up just so I could see the conditioning if things were coming in, that I decided to incorporate it into my posing routine, and it became one of my signature poses. So there you have it. I didn't have a full-length mirror, so I had to bring the leg up so I could see it. And that's my story about my signature pose. Thank you. So, you know, I'm gonna bring you closer. I want to get a little bit closer so I can see what you guys are saying, because I feel like it's been a long time, and I wanted to say hi and check in on you and see how you're all doing. How are you? Hi, Leonard. Hello. It's really, really nice to see you all. Back at you, Brandon. You're also inspirational. I love seeing you training every single day and pushing forward, and, you know, blocking out some of the negative stuff that goes on, you know, the doubts, the confusion, the chaos, and just plowing right through that stuff. It's really, really cool to see that, and it makes me very, very happy to see that. When I get to see you, it's going to be a big hug and a fist bump. So continued success. You need Big Rude. You need more of my outfit try-on videos? Okay, I could do that. I could totally do that. Thank you for the question, Chuck. So, you know, tomorrow's March 1, and for many of you, some of you at least, I've met at the Arnold Sports Festival, and, you know, one of the things that I've been thinking about is how things have changed so much in the last year. For any of you that go to any of the big fitness events like the Arnold Sports Festival, I competed there for over a decade, And then I continued to have a booth at the Arnold Sports Expo for another decade plus following, even though I wasn't competing, because it's a place where I've gotten to meet so many of you, so many people that I call friends, people that inspire me and motivate me, and they just bring all this wonderful positive energy. Our common, the thing that we find in common is our fitness, our goals, our aspirations, whether we just want to get in shape, lose 10 pounds, feel better, look better, or we want to become, a competitor on one of those stages. And under normal circumstances, I would either be at the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio right now, or I would be getting ready to go there because it's always the first weekend in March every single year. And so I'm saddened by the fact that this is the second year that I haven't, because of COVID, been able to see all my friends and go back to Columbus, Ohio. But I am hopeful that we will get there at some point this year. And I just wanted to share something with you. The bodybuilding fans, I was looking through my stuff. Hi, Pascal. Hi, Eric. I was looking through my stuff, and this is a picture. I don't know if you could see that without a glare. This is a picture of me standing with Arnold, one of the very first years that I competed. It was one of the biggest thrills of my life. I was a brand new pro. This is in 1999. And I just started competing at the Arnold Sports Festival Miss International competition, which was the realization of a childhood fantasy and a dream. And so, it makes me smile to look at this, and a little sad that we're not there this year, but I know that they're working on getting this event pulled together for later this year. Hopefully the vaccines, the COVID numbers going down, and the okay to have a big event like that again will be upon us very, very soon. And so we keep looking forward to that opportunity. And that has to go on my gym wall. So I hope I get to see you guys this year somewhere at one of those events. Yeah, it's awesome. So thank you, Eric, for that. Thank you. So somebody talking about arms. So I have a confession to make. Things have been so intense and so stressful around me the last many weeks that my training has been a little off. In fact, I still have to do a shoulder and arm workout today. I still have to do my arm and shoulder workout today because things have just been so wacky. Bumps in the road, issues, problems, computer not working, software, it feels like Monday every day getting smacked. But I'm not complaining because I have way more good stuff happening than I have bad stuff happening. But when things get that complicated, it's hard to find my way into this small space to get my workout in. And I don't know if you deal with the same thing. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's my confession. Because people think it's easy, maybe. Maybe you don't think it's easy. The challenges are real. And what I've been doing is I'm working on trying to expand my workout space. That's been one of my challenges. I just got a new shed. I can't wait. I'm going to be working on my shed to clear up more space so I could make my little workout area bigger. So wait till you see my shed. It's so cute. Anyway, it's for storage, but it's so that I can clear more space because not having enough room makes me have to take a deep breath and chill and just reset. Because, patience is a virtue, but I do get frustrated sometimes. I want things to move faster. You know what I mean? Anybody? I am a workaholic. I am. You're right about that. I am Juan, you know me. So today I am going to get, I'm going to do a shoulders and arms workout, which would normally be part of like a 3-day split workout routine. So it's shoulders, some shoulder work combined with arm work. And for me, that means picking 3 exercises for my shoulder work, moving on to 3 exercises for my triceps, and then finishing up with probably 2 exercises for my biceps for shoulder and arm workout. And some of you may already be doing that kind of a training split. But that's my workout today. And here's the thing, if I didn't think I was gonna bore you to hell, I probably just like put the camera on and let it roll for an hour while I get my workout in. But that might be a little boring. That's just a little bit much. But so you like the flexing? Yeah. So if the flexing motivates you, it's working. That's great. Well, and the thing about flexing is, here's the thing about flexing, and I've said this to you before. When you flex and you tighten, see, I'm supinating. I'm curling my wrist. All I'm doing is taking my wrist from pronate to supinate position, and I'm flexing the bicep. You will get a good pump just with flexion. Flex. Just with flexion. Just that little movement is going to give you a pump. Do I have back? See, just by flexing and holding, flexing and holding, you will absolutely get a good pump. Which is why when I train, in between my sets, I do my set, whatever it is, lateral raises or for shoulders, or dumbbell curls for biceps, or let's say a tricep kickback for triceps. I will frequently then hold the flex, in this case after a kickback, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, then relax and stretch the muscle for a great workout, a great pump. I always do that. I'll be doing that as soon as I get my work on it today. And when I'm done talking to you all and saying hi and seeing how you're doing, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'll post some photos to prove it. Okay? I'll put my money where my mouth is. So, here's a question. Francesco, I am not Italian. I am not Italian. My parents are both born in Puerto Rico, so I am Puerto Rican. Arroz con habichuela. Arroz con habichuela. Right. So Puerto Rican. Hey Jeffrey. Okay, so I'm going to answer another question here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Jeffrey, have I ever been on stage with Ronnie Coleman? I competed during the same years that Ronnie Coleman competed. So of course, so I wasn't on stage with him because he's in the men's division and women compete. Traditionally, the women's bodybuilding would compete on Fridays. All of the women's events at the pro shows are on Fridays, and the men's events are traditionally on Saturdays. That was before there were so many different categories. But so I competed the same years that he did. He's a great friend, an incredible human being, and I really need to print some photos of my friends and post it on. As soon as I get more room here, I'm going to cover these walls with the people who inspired me for so many reasons. Oh, I got a picture of my shed. You want to see it? Who wants to see my little shed? Okay. I just got my shed. I'm so proud of my little shed. There's my little shed. See? It's my little shed. It's me in my little shed. Which creates another problem. And I shouldn't say problem. Project. The shed is another project. Because now I have to insulate it. And then after I insulate it, then I have to fill it up with all my stuff. And then I'm gonna make room in this little area of the garage for a bigger workout area. Okay, here you go, here you go. Here is me flexing in my little shed. Can you see that? There. My little pump in my little shed. Thank you. I probably should have ordered like 3 sheds. No joke. I probably should have ordered 3. But we won't get into that. My next project is learning how to insulate the shed. And it's just amazing how, you ever notice how when you start a project, you have a great idea for something. And it is a great idea. And you start a project, right? And then you realize like, oh shit, that project just created 3 more projects. You ever notice that? Like one project, one great idea, you know, this mental masterpiece of inspiration. You start that and the next thing you know, it's like, oh wow, but I still have to do this to that. And now if I do that, I'm gonna have to do that. And then if I do that and that, and then I'm gonna have to do that. And so before you know it, I mean, you know, now you got like 10 projects because you had this great idea for the first one. That's my reality. That's my reality right now. So, insulating my shed so that I can then move stuff into it and I can then work on my little home gym is kind of what's going on here. But it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So I am very busy. I'm very busy working on this stuff. Let's see, I'm going to answer another question. It's a she shed. It is a she shed. I need like 10 she sheds, by the way. Thank you, hon. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. What compounds did you run in your prime, Denise? Compounds. Compound movements in training, I think is the question you're asking me. So, squats, deadlifts, bench, what else? Those are the major compound movements. Of course, you know, presses for shoulders. But the two biggies are squats and deadlifts. Those are the 2 biggies. Always have to do compound movements to maintain muscle size, I think, and maintain muscle strength. Because that's one of the things we lose. Time sort of wears us down. And so you have to do the compound movements to maintain your strength and your size. Very, very important. So so a compound movement is a movement that requires more than one muscle group to do the work. And so it's really, compound movements are great for building strength. Great for building overall strength, which is something that if we don't work on maintaining and building it, we just get weaker over time. We get weaker. Hi Rex, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Double bicep, there's the double bicep. Thank you for the sponsorship. Double bicep, there you go. Okay, wait. And a double bicep. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, how are you doing, Rex? Hi, Dom. I am doing all right. I'm doing all right. I am I am reminding myself that patience is a virtue, because I can be very impatient at times. I want things to happen quickly, and I work hard and I work a lot, but some things just need time. So otherwise I'm good. I'm just like, I have to remind myself that, like with my running, I'm not the hare, I'm the turtle. And I have to remind myself of that when I decide that on a project that I want to get something done, that I have to put the time in, I have to be patient, I have to be consistent, I have to be persistent. Jesus, am I talking about bodybuilding? I'm talking about everything, right? Because you don't become a bodybuilder overnight. You don't become really good at anything you do overnight. Persistence, consistency, rituals, determination, patience is all part of getting things done, doing them well, and setting goals and accomplishing them. So that's what I'm reminding myself of. So okay, so somebody asked what the plans are for the garage. So my goal is to expand my workout space in the garage. I have I have 2 or 3 pieces of equipment that I don't have room for in the little tiny section that I set up, and I can't wait to set up, you know, my lat pull down, and I have a piece of tricep pulley equipment. So all I'm trying to do is expand the amount of space I have in my home gym, so that I can do more in the home gym, more workouts, and hopefully do some more workout videos with you. It's just I'm too cramped. So the shed is just so I can clear out space. Because I don't know about you, but I don't use my garage for cars. If anybody here actually uses their garage for a car, raise your hand. Not too many people. I don't know. Especially these days, right? Right? Who uses their garage for a car, especially these days? So that's what I'm doing. But you know, projects on top of projects. You do? Okay. All right, Melt. All right. Maybe at some point you do. Oh God, there's 2. Okay. So I am converting my garage into a workout space. Mostly because of COVID. And I know COVID is not going to last forever. I can't wait to get back into the gym. But I am excited about having an area in my house where I can go in and get a workout in if things are too intense, if I don't feel like driving. I always have a place to go to get my workout in, get zen, and maybe even help a couple other people with their workouts too. So that's my goal. That's my goal. Hi Diesel, nice to see you. So Eric, I was just talking about the Arnold Sports Festival. Under normal circumstances, I would be in Ohio right now, Columbus, Ohio, hanging out with all of the amazing people there at the Arnold Sports Festival. Either there now or on my way there this week, because the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus takes place the first weekend in March every single year. And so that's not happening because of COVID, but I do know that the promoters are working on, I think, late summer, fall dates to have the Arnold later this year in hopes that the vaccines get out, the CDC and everybody feels more comfortable about putting that number of people together. And so my fingers are crossed for that because if the Arnold comes together, I look forward to being there. So I want to see your questions. I miss the Arnold big time, and the Olympia and all the other events. I haven't been to any of the events in a year. I haven't been to a regular gym in a year. I've been working out at home. Yeah, I miss a lot of things. I miss massages, I miss my people, I miss working out, I miss, you know, hugging my parents all the time. There's so many different things. Hi, Vanna. But here's the thing. In spite of it all, we keep moving forward. And I know that sometimes things get frustrating. I get frustrated. And then when I get really frustrated and I'm no fun to be around, I'll go for like a long walk. Or I come into the gym and get a workout in and I feel better. Because, you know, it happens. It's life. So that's my situation. Now what I want to know is what's yours? How are you all doing? And I see people from all over. I'm not really sure where everybody's from. I'd love to know where you all are from and how things are going in your area. How do my parents feel about me being in bodybuilding? I think my parents are pretty proud of me. They've been to my competitions, they went to the Olympia, they went to the Night of Champions, and I think my mother lost her voice because she was screaming so loud. Somebody sitting next to my mother at the Olympia competition said that she was screaming so loud that they couldn't hear for a couple days. So that's an indication of how my parents feel about me competing. They're pretty proud of me in general, and I'm pretty proud of them too. So thank you for asking. It's not... Rex, thank you so much. That is very, very generous of you. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. What's my favorite color posing suit? And did I look into getting a Fitbit? I have not looked at the Fitbit yet. My favorite color posing suit. Okay, so for pre-contest, Wet Look Black was my favorite posing suit color for the prejudging. Wet Look Black prejudging. Night show, it kind of depended on the show. I've done everything from light pink to light peach pastel colors, which I love. I love pastel colors. I've done black, I've done blue. My favorite color is blue. And you know, I've done a lot of different things. I've done black and gold, I love that. So yeah, it's one of those things, you know, like every year you try to envision something different. But definitely prejudging, Wet Look Black. Can't beat it. Thank you for the question, and I am still considering the Fitbit. I just haven't done it yet. And thank you for the sponsorship. The gyms are open. I don't know if they're open all over the U.S. I think there are gyms open most places in the United States. The numbers are going down. The vaccinations are, you know, getting into the arms of people. So things are headed in the right direction. I know here in Florida, the gyms are open, so there's no issue with training here if you're comfortable going into the gym. So what about your area? And if are the gyms open? Anybody? Armpit muscles. You mean lat muscles? I think you might be talking about, well, this is pec and this is lats. Maybe that's what you're talking about. So the lats from the back and the pec muscles into the deltoid for armpit. Say, okay, so in Kentucky, so are the gyms open in Kentucky? Zay? No gyms open in Toronto. Ocala gyms are open. So Florida is open. So here's the thing too about I think that states that have cold weather, more closed environments might be a little more problematic. I don't know. In Florida, the weather is good year round, so you can do a lot outdoors. And I think that really, really benefits. It's also a very humid environment. I think that really benefits us as well. But if you are in a state where you're dealing with cold weather and you have to be a large number of people congregating indoors, I think that's problematic, which is why the Arnold Sports Festival is not taking place this weekend or next weekend this year, because they don't want too many people forced to congregate indoors. Here in Florida, there's so much you can do outdoors. You can stay very active and very fit in an outdoor environment because the weather is not an issue. So that makes a big, big difference. And the humidity is also a factor, as I understand it. But listen, I'm not, I'm not a specialist. It's not what I do. So just looking at what I've seen with the CDC. But okay, and armpit flex. Is that? I don't know what an armpit flex is. Is that an armpit flex? Is that? That would be my guess. Armpit flex? I don't know. Anybody? Anybody? Yes? So, okay, wait. Or a lat spread. Here, a lat spread. Okay, so Spain, Francisco. Spain, Italy, Germany, Greece, all closed. It's incredible. Only open for professionals. What's the weather like in Spain and Italy and throughout Europe? I wonder. Francisco, what's your weather like this time of year? I don't know the answer to that. Thank you, Diesel. Thank you. Hi, Gary. Thank you. So here's a question for you. While I agree with that, Benjamin. Once I get my gym set up, locked down, where I have more room to move around and I'm not, sharing space with my washer and my dryer, would you be interested in doing a workout with me? If I picked, an arm workout, would it be interesting to you to watch me go through a simple workout? Maybe what I plan out as an entire workout with my stretching, with my flexing, the whole process, once I have my gym set up set. I'm curious about that. Or would that be too boring for you? Rex, do I think I can still wear a posing suit at 52 years old? I can wear whatever I want at 52, 53, 54, 55. Yes. The question is not can I, the question is would I, and do I want to? That's the real question. Right? Right? Kind of. And I know what you mean, Rex. So Craig, all right, cool. Okay, so doing the home gym workout, once I get set up, and I was hoping to be further along. I'm probably a month away from getting this space set up, cleaned out, organized, and all of that. But I do look forward to doing live broadcasts and sharing my workout, and I know I'll get inspired because, that's how that works. And maybe you'll get inspired, and hopefully that goes back two-way street. That'll be good. I can do anything. Thank you for that reinforcement. That's what my dad said. You can do anything. So Rex, do I look at old photos from competition days? I do, and it's interesting to look at old photos, to look at where I was, and maybe you have experienced this as well. because it allows me to take a look at where I've come from, and it makes me think about the work I did. It makes me think about the people I've met. And it puts me in a mindset that makes me start to list the blessings that I have experienced along the way. It makes me very, very grateful. I think it could very easily be something that feels, what's the word, that can make somebody feel insecure, to look at where they were, especially when you start to, as you start to get older. I'm going to be 53 years old in 2 months, 53. And you can't pine for what was. You sort of have to, thank you so much, Kenneth. You have to find a way to enjoy what is and what will be, right? And I think about that kind of stuff all the time. So I do love looking at my old photos, because I worked so hard back then. And sometimes when you're in the trenches, you can't appreciate the moment because you're so busy working. Everything I did, I was focused on, okay, what do I still have to do? What do I still have to do? Okay, what's next? So you don't really enjoy the moment. And my goal is to try to look back, enjoy it, see it. I think I see it differently now. And then take that, think about the lessons, think about the blessings, and incorporate that as I move forward. Does that make sense? That's my mindset. And so that helps me look forward to 53 years old, and 53 years old in a day, and 53 years old in 2 days, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense? Are you with me? Thank you, Craig. Well, I want to address that. So, Craig, I'm not afraid to say how old I am. A lot of people are afraid to say how old they are, especially women, but it's not just women. Men are afraid to say how old they are too, as though somehow they're less than, and I get it. As we age, we experience different types of limitations. We get new wrinkles, we get gray hairs. Like when you get up in the morning, it's like, oh, my back hurts. I experience that. I do. I have scoliosis. Believe me, I experience that. So, but the best years are not behind me. I can't think that way. I don't think it's good for anybody to think that way. If you get too caught up, worried about stuff like that, you're not living. You're not living, So I don't want to go there, and I won't let people put me there either. So I proudly state what is as best I can. And if there are things about myself that I can't state, then I think about that and I work on it. I think we have a lot to be proud of. If I made it this far, I'm hoping I'll make it to 54, and then I'm going to throw a party then too. So, thank you for that, Craig. Thank you all. Some people say 53 is just a number. Well, you know something? My mom, and I have a really cool mom. I really do. She's like everybody. She's like everybody's mom. My mom, I get it from my mom, because my mom, every single birthday, my mom is like, whatever, honey, it's just a number. And my mom is very up. If there's any music playing, my mom is dancing. Very optimistic, very active. So I must be a chip off the old block, and I'm so grateful for that. Just like, whatever, it's just a number, And so, but it's what you do with it. Thank you, DJ D. You want to know if I'm interested in doing a podcast? Is there a way to talk to you more about it? Well, yeah. Thank you for asking. So, here's what you do. IG. Can you tell me what your screen name on IG is so I can find you, and then I can look at that? DJD? I think I can also look at this, but that would be really helpful to me, because I don't spend a lot of time looking at direct messages, and sometimes I just can't do that because my time is nutso. But I would be interested in doing a podcast with you, possibly, depending on the topic, depending on the podcast, obviously. But thank you for thinking of me. And if you let me know what your handle is, I can look for that. I will look for that. Right on, Brandon. You got it from your mama? I got it from my mama. So, oh, happy birthday, Jeff. 55. Yes. Somebody told you that the 50s is the new 40s? Well, listen. Okay, so here's my perspective on that, and I'm sticking with this. This is my story, and I'm sticking with it. For me, the 50s are the new 50s. Because here's the thing. 20 years ago, 50 is not the same as what it is today. We're advanced. We get it. Working out, staying physically active. We know more about what to do now than we did a decade ago, especially 2 decades ago. My parents' generation was a generation that did a lot of smoking. You retired and you bought yourself a rocking chair. You lived a sedentary lifestyle. You took it easy. That's kind of the opposite of what's healthful and beneficial and joyful. We know this generation and the boomer generation, which is now living well into their 80s and 90s, there are a lot of people that are living well into their 90s. That's the boomer generation. They know, we know, that life expectancy does not end at, in your 60s and 70s. You could have another 20, 25 wonderful years of life. And activity is essential for that. Cognitively, what happens to your brain if you stay physically active, as well as what happens to your body. You want to be independent. You want to be autonomous. You want to have control over your life. So, 50 is the new 50, is what I'm telling you. Happy birthday to you. I know you're going to rock it, and I want to watch. Jeff, I want to watch you rock it. Own it. So, okay. Happy birthday. You're welcome, Jeff. Thank you for sharing that with me. I'm 2 months away from 53. Okay, so ABC, trying to get yourself to look better and younger later in life is like pushing a boulder up a hill. Well, so maybe it is. So what? You know what? Life is like pushing a boulder up a hill. Tell me what part of your life did not feel like at least a certain period of time you were pushing a boulder up a hill. Whatever that was, buying a house, being able to get out of the house, your education, your job. Every part of life requires a certain amount of exertion, of energy, effort, persistence. So why should getting older be any different? I think that it is nature's way of keeping us moving, that if we don't move, we decline. If we don't move, we decline. The less we move, the more we decline. It's nature's way of saying keep moving, keep moving. And so I'm here to encourage you, and I know that's probably annoying, but sorry, I can't help it. So I'm just going to try to be cute about it, okay? Because I can't help it. It's good for you, and I want to be good for you. Just saying. You're welcome, ABC. Okay, so I'm not trying to preach. So, anyway, I wanted to share with you what's going on in my neck of the woods. You know, I got my little shed going. I'm going to insulate my shed. If anybody has any ideas or suggestions about how to insulate a metal shed, send them my way because I'm watching YouTube videos. That's my next project, and then the project after that is to clear out my garage and set up my new space. And if you're interested, I will share all of that with you. You see what's going on in my neck of the woods. And somebody asked for this is a lat spread. Feels kind of like a boob in your face spread. Look, you see the lats? I know, I'm sorry. I could poke you out with my boobs. I didn't mean to do that. Somebody asked for a lat spread. Okay. Veer. Hi, Mel. Thank you, Mel. Okay. Am I aiming that the right way? Am I aiming it the right way? I can't thank you enough for giving me your time, your energy, sharing with me. My wish is that things just get better and better for you, for all of us. They will. I believe that thoroughly. I believe that thoroughly. Thank you so much for making me laugh. Rex, for everyone, thank you so much for the sponsorship. I really appreciate that. Very, very generous. For the gentleman who was asking me about the podcast, thank you for that too. I will look at your posts. After this goes live, if you leave a comment for me, I'll read the comments. Things are super hectic for me, but I am reading stuff. I am seeing stuff, so I want you to know that. And I look forward to doing another live broadcast with you all. My goal is to do them weekly, so hopefully next week we'll do it again, and I'll give you more notice. Somebody's asking about, I'm getting notes here, wait. Calves? Somebody's asking about calves. So, calves? Who's asking about calves? You just wait until I have my home gym all good. You just wait. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I love you all, and I really hope you stay pumped. Stay pumped. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do shoulders, and I'm gonna do shoulders, and I'm gonna do arm workout right now. Thank you.